Hey you guys, this is Orsi and this is going to be a VR to, let me check my notes, Aries Witchcraft. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly. Everything is gonna be, in a comment down below, not a comment description. I'm gonna put Tony's Antoinette Tarot, no, Witchcraft and Jewelry. I have such a hard time with channel names these days, but I'm gonna put her video as well in the description because that was the one that I first saw. I'm gonna put the original one, and then you can all check out the hashtag, the dreadful tag, which is based on an actual tag that someone created, which I think it's a very smart way of advertising your deck. And I might take the initiative and maybe for Halloween I create something with mine, but all in all, I really enjoyed the videos that I saw so far. Tags like this are always really cool. It's a cool way to, re-engage with your whole collection, and I kind of like the timing of it for me, because I just did a collection video, so I went through my entire collection and I actually know what I have, so it makes it easier. Yeah, so I have the prompts from Tony's video because I'm filming on my iPad and I cannot see what I'm filming, so I'm freaking out a little, but new setups and everything, but you're supposed to be able to see everything that is here. So I know Mercury is retrograde, so we will see what's gonna happen, but hopefully things are gonna be okay. So the first one was your vampire deck, and I don't have her deck. So I'm gonna link, I'm gonna link you to her, Erin's Witchcraft video, so you can check out the deck. Unfortunately, I don't have it, and I could have, prepared with images, but it's better if you just go ahead and check the deck there. I'm not that professional, okay? I'm trying my best. So the first one is your vampire deck, a deck that sucks up most of your time, and for here, it's not a deck that I use a lot. It's the opposite. It's something that I need the guidebook when I'm using it, and it's the Ephemer Tarot, because it works in a different way than a regular tarot deck. I love the deck itself. I think it's beautiful. I don't know why it's like that. What did I do with it last time? Hopefully you can see a few cards like this. There are the usual cards, like majors. No, not the majors, the minors are usual. There's nothing to see there, but there are cards, the majors, that they don't just... This is the Empress, I'm assuming, but there are other cards like the Keeper. I think this is the Hierophant, but it can be something else. Let's check how much I remember, because these are different ones. I'm using the deck, so I'm slowly learning them, and there's always a passage in the guidebook to check as an arcana. This is the Hierophant, so I wasn't wrong, right? So it's a beautiful deck, but because of that, I mean, look at that ace. It's one of my all-time favorite ace of wands. Obscurio. I think this is devil, but again, I'm not entirely sure. But I just love the deck. But I need to, every time that I use it, the healer should be Temperance or the Star. Oh, okay, it's the Star. Origin, it's not that obvious immediately, so I need to use a guidebook. I know that if this would be the only deck that I'm using, I would know it by heart by now, but because I have 20 million other decks that I like using, this is not something that's on my desk that often, so I haven't learned it yet. I will one day, Okay, second one is a werewolf deck, a deck that your relationship has changed with, and I'm gonna copy the prompts in the description as well, so if you want to post a response, you don't need to worry about it. And so for the werewolf deck, this is gonna be without a doubt the White Newman, because this is the deck that oh, it's always so much fun to not be able to swallow your own spit. And I might need to be careful because, you know, there are some artistic nudity in this deck. But when I first got this deck, I was absolutely in love with the art style, the colors, the way that it looks, the way that it feels. But I just couldn't make any of it. I did readings, but it didn't resonate. And then, you know, I was ready to sell it. Honestly, it was on my, okay, High Priestess, we cannot show her, even though she's one of my all-time favorite High Priestess, but because she's naked, and that's a sin these days, I can't show her. I like the Lovers as well, and it would have been part of this prompt, but again, reasons I don't want to. Even though, you know, my videos are not for children, I don't want YouTube to do anything with it. And I heard like stupid things that YouTube these days can do with a video where it depicts some nakedness. But so back to the deck. At first, like I said, I couldn't make any of it. I was ready to sell it, but you know, I was putting it off because I just loved the artwork. So I was like, I really want to connect with it, and I don't know what happened or why it happened, but honestly, I can't remember if I just randomly did a romance reading with it, or I saw it in a reading somewhere. I don't know, but I just did a romance, a love reading with it, and it just clicked. And ever since, this is my deck for love readings, because it just works so well with the realm of love for me. I don't know why, but it actually, like, honestly, I don't care. I'm just glad that it does work. But yeah. Okay, next one is a medium deck, a deck you use to communicate with other realms. And if you watched my the first part of my collection video, then you know that this is the deck that I used to do a reading with, communicating with my ancestor. And this is the Raven's Prophecy deck. It's modified, it's trimmed and edged, but you also know that I only used it once, and then I got a very, interesting to say the least, reading, so I kind of stopped doing that. And look at that Nine of Swords, isn't it like the whole communicating with the other side imagery? So I kind of want to bring this one into my practice in a different way as well, because it's just, I haven't used it since, to be honest. And I love this deck. I love the books that are connected to the deck, even if they are not as closely related to it as I wish. But yes, I'm gonna give it to justice and be fair. But this is a great deck, and for me it worked well, connecting with the other side. But maybe it's because I read the books, so I already had some connection or some printed, so I had some ideas printed on the deck when I used it, maybe, I don't know. But the imagery, the way it looks, everything just worked really well for me. The next one is the Orphan deck, a deck you will remove. Well, I have multiple ones actually, but the one that I chose for this video is the Jekylland Oracle. I really wanted to connect with this deck, but I think I really wanted to connect with it because it has such a creepy child imagery. Okay, not in these that I'm showing you, but there are some cards that are very creepy. And I agree with most of the people who use it, and I love the snail, use it with inner child work because I think it's perfect for that. I mean, look at that, that's a weird one. It's not a children's deck, you know, it's a creepy child, but for adults. I mean, look at that. But I don't do work with my inner child, to be honest. I don't think I need to. Maybe I'm very much on denial on this one, I don't know, or in denial, but I just don't use it, and for anything other than that, I like the imagery, but it's also kind of weird, but in a way that I cannot connect with it. I was thinking about, you know, adding keywords of my own to it, but like, what am I supposed to add to that? That's not like weird in a bad way. But it's a great deck. I know that a lot of people use it, and I trimmed the tiny white border and edged it because when I did this, I was, you know, very much, I need to modify all my text mood. But yeah, I have it for years now. I gave it multiple chances. I even talked about it in my collection video that I don't want to necessarily let this one go, but I looked at it multiple times since that video, which was like, I don't know, like a week ago, so it's not that long. But I was just, you know, I would just keep it around somewhere and not use it again for how many long years. So I will try to sell it, but we will see. Next one is the Sweeny Todd deck, a deck that complements your psychic talents, and it's dark themed. That's where I had some problems with the dark theme, because I don't really consider my decks dark themed. So I chose the Hush Tarot because I like the decay and the just, you know, I don't even know, like the what words to use, the brokenness, but in a way that, you know, like, you don't see the pieces necessarily together, they are sewn together after a reading. I'm gonna put her here. I don't know if it's, I don't consider this one dark themed, but because it deals with you know, decaying and just that process of death in a deck, to be honest, I chose this one. But I don't think I have a necessary dark themed deck or something that I look at it and I consider it dark themed. I was thinking about it, maybe the what's that deck called? Okay, there's a tarot deck that name escapes me right now, but I'm gonna put it on the screen so you will know which one I mean. It has an S in it, but that doesn't help. That is something that I don't have, and I would consider it as a dark theme deck. And I'm kind of eyeing that deck, but I'm not entirely. Oops. Okay, maybe I shouldn't show these. So I'm eyeing that deck, but I'm not necessarily, you know, actually thinking about, or not entirely sure if I should get it or not. But this one is my, I guess it reflects my psychic abilities, maybe, because I like to, how it reflects. I like to see the realness in readings, and I have an issue with that. It's just a personal one, and this deck deals with that topic, so maybe that's why, you know, like I don't know, I have the ability to still use tarot and stuff like that, even though I have issues with certain topics. I don't know if that's an ability or not, so maybe I'm just, you know, coming up with things that makes no sense to anybody. But yeah, do let me know if what I'm trying to say makes any sense to you, because it doesn't really make sense to me. I mean, I know what I want to say, but I just currently cannot figure out. I know, I'm a pro. Okay, next one is the the Dorian Gray deck, a deck that mirrors you or reflects to you. Well, about a few weeks ago it would have been a different one, but what Tony gave as an example was, I think she was the one that I first saw, that, you know, like a deck that will give you exactly what you're asking. For example, if you're like, oh, I need advice on love, you're gonna get the lovers and stuff like that. But tarot often does that to me with each of my cards, so I don't think I have a deck that specifically does that. But I have a new deck out, and this is my second tarot, but this is something where I spent time with more, because with the first one it was the Galaxified RWS, so the imagery wasn't mine, I just created the galaxies for that. But for this one, I went through the images, I went through the colors, I went through the backgrounds, and I put together everything. So this deck currently reflects me. So this is me in a deck in a way as well. This is what I like to see in cards. This is how I look at a card, and the main energy is what I'm seeing here. This is the Ten of Swords for me. Or like the Magician, it's meticulous, it has, you know, a list, and it's able to create out of it. Oh, and look at that, the Lovers. So, you know, I would say that this deck is the one that that reflects me currently. Even, you know, because even I just love the Three of Swords. Okay, next one. That was the Dorian Gray, and then the Witch deck, a deck that is witch themed or you use in spells or rituals. I don't really use a lot of cards or decks in spell work. I'm just still dabbling in witchcraft, and I mostly use candle magic. That's my main energy, to be honest. I use Reiki, and I combined it with, because of how I use Reiki, and I use candles with it, and then I started using more candles. Like I create little candles with different intentions, and that's how I do my witchy side of practice. So I don't really have a lot of decks that I would say that I could pull in to a ritual, not yet. I definitely want to expand on it, and one of the deck is the Anatomy of a Witch Oracle, which I have the book as well, and yes, I have not read it yet, because I don't know, I should. And this is the one, this is the type of deck, this is, for me, it's big, but this is something that can be used as, you know, like a focus point for a ritual, like working with the waxing and the waning energy of the moon, or visions or dreams. There's all those type of things on the cards that for me means connecting to a witchy side of things, because how I look at witches and what witchcraft means to me is a way of to connect to nature, because I know myself as well that I don't have that strong connection with nature that I would love to, and I need to maintain it as well. So what I want to do, you know, is let's pull a card, work with it, work with the energy on it, full moon, or the earth, maybe create a few candles that either has the colors of the card or the theme, something infused in it that would, you know, reflect back the card's meaning. And then when I'm, you know, like lighting those candles, that I could just, I don't know, intentionally use those energies to like create something for myself, like a protection spell or something. I don't know, this is all just an idea in my head yet at this moment, but I really like the back as well. But definitely this deck is for witchcraft and spellwork and the like. Okay, the next one is the Reaper deck, a deck you wish you could chop, slash and hack. If you are a subscriber to my channel, if you watched a couple of my videos, you're not gonna be that surprised that this is the Supernatural Tarot. This is the deck that I have a love and hate relationship with. because I absolutely love the theme. I want to love the deck, but I absolutely am annoyed with it. So if I could, you know, and I didn't go for the modifying your deck because I modify my decks all the time. So, you know, that's just too normal for me. But like Ace of Pentacles, like what is this? Six of Pentacles. I just want to scratch this one out, insert some scene from the TV show, because we have everybody. We have so many lovely people from the show, but okay, maybe not the Knight of Pentacles, but look at that. So, you know, and I'm not necessarily saying that the Lovers would work for that one. High Priestess Rowena is forever and always, so I would change, he would be the, yes, King of Pentacles, yes, Crowley. You know, I want to change certain characters, I want to expand on cards because they are lazy peep, like what is this for of sports, like no, you could do better. So if I could hack slash chop whatever a deck, then this would be it, because then it would be amazing, and then I would actually use it and not just keep it on my shelf and look at it from time to time, pick it up for a video and feature it, and then be like, okay, I would want to use this deck, but I'm not gonna use it. So yeah, that would be the Supernatural Tarot, and the Oracle is so much better. Okay. And then the Frankenstein deck, a deck you have modified or created. Now, as you know, as I said, because I said it before, I modify a lot of my decks, so that's not really like special. But I also create decks, and because of the creator of the hashtag was very encouraging about showing your own decks, and I already showed the Ink Drop Tarot. So, but you know, the Zombie Oracle is my first. Yeah, that was my first oracle, the first deck that I ever created. This is the Etsy version. Only the Etsy version has the box, because this is the one that I actually sell from home. The rest is on Make Playing Cards, and I love it. I think it looks really cool. And yes, you have to feel like that about your deck, I think. So yeah, this is something that I also Frankenstein in a way, because it's a digital collage. So I'm not there yet, even though I'm definitely planning on creating decks later on, where I'm actually, you know, like painting or drawing or doing something, even though I'm thinking about doing a collage deck that I do in real life, not digitally, and then digitalize it to see how that differs. But I really enjoy creating decks this way as well. And yeah, I'm very, very proud of it. I've Frankensteined it from lovely people's images that they share on the internet webs for free, because they are supporting people like me who like to create stuff, but they are not as talented as they are at taking, you know, like images. Okay, so yeah, that's my Frankenstein monster deck. And then the next one is the Scorned Woman deck, a deck depicting strong strong women. That was the one that I had some problem with it, because I don't really have female focused decks. But then I was thinking the Soul Mirror Oracle could be something, because this is a female themed deck. There's no, as far as I remember, and I looked through the deck and I didn't see any male energy in it, or male presenting, you know, people. But because of the keywords and the way that the ladies look in this deck, I would say like, for me it definitely feels strong, because it feels self-aware. This is very much in my collection, has a place for what did I say? How did I call it? Self-improvement deck. I think that's what I said in my collection video. So, you know, for me to be you know, to be able to improve yourself, you have to be strong, because you have to deal with your shadow, and you have to deal with a lot of pain, and you have to be able to forgive yourself, and that requires a lot of strength. And then we have Frida Kahlo as well in the deck. So yeah, this is my I'm gonna leave it here with the kitten. The Soul Mirror Oracle is my Scorched Woman deck. And interesting that I have more Oracle decks in this tag than I anticipated. And the next one is the Forbidden Lovers, a lover's card that is seductively yummy. Okay, again, I think most of the decks that I you know, that came to mind has a cute lover's card. So I was like, what is seductively yummy? And the White Newman has a very seductively yummy lover's card, in my opinion, but it's like naked women, so I'm not gonna show it. But I just love the comfortableness and the energy of the card. I think regardless of your, you know, preferences, you can just feel that from that card. But because, you know, we're kind of in the realm of fantasy, dark fantasy, I thought that I would pull out the Darkwood Tarot and show the lovers from that deck, because I think the seductively yummy in a way that because we have death, I would say, around them, and you know, they are getting consumed in that energy of forgetting yourself and just dissolving into the other person, and that's a very seductive feeling. And you know, if it's yummy or not, for me, like I said, the White Newman is much more yummier, but I like the seductiveness represented in this card. So hopefully this lover's card is gonna be, I don't know if you can see it better if I do this or not, but hopefully that works for the tag. And I really need to redo my video that I did a few years ago, when I went through all of my decks and pulled out all of my favorite cards for each of the position, because I really like that one, and my collection changed so much since that. It would be fun. And the last one is the Jekylland Hyde deck, Show Me a Pairing. It was hard because I love pairing decks. So I went with a new deck, the Citadel, which I finally have. And if I can open it, it will be very useful. And I'm gonna do it in a way. How do I want to? I'm just gonna do like one here, and then the Sephiroth Tarot. This is the Kickstarter edition, but it's available in mass market now as well, so you can get both. One of the reasons is because both are, I don't know if how much light do I have, but both are in like foiled decks. This is a copper one, this is a gold one, but I don't know, the simplicity of this deck and the richness of the other, I think balances itself out well. And I even like the way the backs look next to each other. I don't know why, like sometimes, you know, like pairings work, but and you know, it's upside down because this deck works with reversals. But you know, the divine timing evaluation with the 10 of cups, but you know, this was reverse 4 of swords with the alchemist, balance, invention, destruction. You need some, you know, like rest for balance as well. You need yeah, the Weaver, which is, I can't read it, rediscovery and transition with the 10 of swords. So even the keywords work well, but mostly what I went with is how do they look visually next to each other. And I think they look really nice, like the warrior with the queen of swords, or queen of wands, sorry, with the burnout. So you know, these two with the page and the shepherd, I think it just plays nicely to you once the masquerade hiding in a true self-projection. Which could be, you know, like going forward with something that you need to be your true self in order to move in a direction. What are you doing upside down, Miss Queen? To be able to actually move forward. And oh, we have the Queen of Swords with the puppeteer, like the dark side of the Queen of Swords. So you can see that. I think they work well visually, and they work well meaning-wise as well. Oh, well, I'm gonna do that. Why not? The priest, perseverance, faith, the puppeteer, explanation, apologies, with the queen and the knight of wands, you know, like going head to head. Ooh, okay, maybe this way. And I don't know, I'm just playing with it visually now, but who has what in there, you know, like back, who is supporting, and what's the real motivation. This is like a scene from a medieval like page, because the knight has the faith and, you know, righteousness behind them. They are here for the right reason, and we have a very evil puppeteering queen who wants to rule over everybody. And you cannot see it from the top, but you know, these two pies are higher than these two, so even that works well. So I don't know what it means, but I just love whatever I'm seeing, and hopefully this was fun. There are other versions of this tag as well. People expanded on certain prompts. They added to the list. I went with the original 12 because of time. But hopefully this was fun. Do let me know if you did a video, even though I'm clicking around and seeing what other people posted, because I really enjoy this tag. And yeah, and if you want to, please check out my newest tag and the oldest one and everything. And like, subscribe, do all those YouTube things as well, because that supports my channel. But thank you so much for being here. See you in the next one. Bye!